job is eating me alive. I can't breathe anymore. Spent all these years trying to be the good guy, the man in the white hat. I'm not becoming like them. I am them.
Hey, what are you doing, weirdo?
I'm doing the best speech from Donnie Brasco. Or actually, 10 of me are doing the best speech from Donnie Brasco. What's up?
Get it together, man, okay? So the store was hit about 2 hours ago. They took mostly tablets, laptops, and cameras.
Sorry.
I'd like a list of all your employees, whoever had access to the store. I'd also like to apologize for my partner. His parents didn't give him enough attention.
Detective, I already solved the case. We're looking for 3 white males, one of whom has sleeve tats on both arms.
And how do you know that?
I had an informant on the inside. He's been here for years, watching, learning, waiting. His code name? Fuzzy Cuddlebear. He's an Anacam.
You got lucky.
No, I got here 5 minutes before you and figured that in this gigantic electronics store there had to be at least one working camera. Oh, hi bad guys. You did it, Fuzzy. You busted him. It's time to come home. I'm not sure if I can. I've been undercover so long, I've forgotten who I am. I've seen terrible things. I haven't known the touch of a woman in many moons.
All right.
Detective Santiago! Don't walk away from me!
We're not here to see Katerina.
Who are we here to see?
This is highly inappropriate, Mr. Spencer. The investigation is over.
What if they got the wrong man?
And who would the right man be?
You.
Mr. McCallum, I didn't have anything to do with this.
I killed my own son.
Makes you feel any better? I don't think you meant to.
You're not a detective. You're not even a cop.
You're right. I'm a psychic. And I saw the whole thing. I see a ransom drop. You're doing everything they ask. You didn't call the police. You're thinking of nothing but the security of your son. After all, what's $5 million to you? You're driving away. I can see it. And something strange happens. You recognize the car. You pass it on the hill. It's Malcolm Orso's. You've seen it hundreds of times at your house, ever since high school. Maybe it confirms a suspicion that you already have. You know where they are. You know the cabin. He's making coffee. You didn't mean to kill him, did you? No. Just knock him around a little bit. Teach him a lesson. He falls to the floor. He slams his head on the oak table. He's dead. You know he's dead. Orso walks in, finds you. He's got a half-assed pistol, but he's no criminal. You know there's only one way to cover your tracks. You take care of him, too. Make it look like a suicide. Then you come home, inform the police, and you wait. You wait for a ransom call that will never come. Police eat it up. It's easy to look shaken after all you've done. You might even be willing to take your own life.
You have an overactive imagination. Perhaps a side effect. Give.
Shawn, we need to go.
Not yet.
I'm about to throw up on the Turkish carpet.
No, you're not.
It's in my esophagus.
The second door on the left. Turn on the fan and flush.
What up, Jake? Why are these dicks out of their cage?
I stayed up all night working on your case, and Hans, John, and Nakatomi made for great company. I gave them all die-hard names.
I don't understand why you waste another night on a case no one's ever gonna solve.
Sarge, I am way too sleep-deprived to deal with your negativity right now. Let me show you what I did. I started off by making a map of all of the burglaries that have gone down in Brooklyn since 1996 to see if there was a pattern. That led me to this. There is so much crime in New York. No one should live here. Anyways, I tripped out on that for a couple hours, but I got cheered up after I took a picture of the kitties messing around in my little hoodie. I'll show it to you later.
So basically, you wasted a whole night.
No, my friend. No. Because then I dove back into your file and found this.
Cool. The low point in my entire life.
Sarge, this photo was taken in 1996. You told me your guy broke his spine 2 years before that, so 94. Check out his sneakers. 95 Jordans. They came out a year after the accident. Look at the soles.
They're all muddy.
Which means?
That son of a bitch can walk!
Bingo.
Let's go!
All right, Cap Squad, assemble!
Leave the cats!
Okay.
Excellent. Your empathy transport should be well tonified. Now, for our next exercise, you're going to need a partner. Who'd like to be mine?
Ooh, me! Me, I want to be your partner. Please. But first, I'd like to try a little exercise of my own. It's called Raise Your Hand if you're a swindling crook pretending to be a spiritual leader.
What are you talking about?
Let me ask you all a question. Who here, other than Milos, wasn't making a ton of dough before joining this community? Gus.
You actually joined this freak show?
No. But I ain't mad at the idea of it.
Of course, everyone here was wealthy. Why do you think they came to me? Wealth creates unhappiness.
Did they really just come to you, Eli? Really? Upon arrival, you all signed this piece of paper, correct?
Well, yeah, it's a pledge of simplicity.
Right. It's a carefully worded document that gives Eli here power of attorney, which means he now owns everything that used to belong to you.
Don't listen to him. He is a slave to his own cynicism.
I'm a slave to love, Jack, and fashion, and movies where dogs cover their eyes when couples get intimate around them. Nicole, that man you went to meet that day, his name was Dan Cooper. He was a cop, and he was murdered by Eli, not your ex-husband. Cooper was the one guy that knew what Eli was up to. His sister, Cynthia Cooper, used to live here for years.
It's true. She was here before all your time.
But then she left, and she discovered she was ruined and was never the same. And that is when Cooper decided to start building a case against the man responsible.
He's right. We confirmed it with his boss.
That's why Cooper reached out to you, Nicole, pretending to be a lost soul.
You mean all he wanted was information about the commune?
That's correct. Though if he had actually met you, I suspect he would have wanted much more. Eli did his homework. He knew that Cooper was onto him, so he tracked him down and killed him in cold blood. But one thing he wasn't expecting was you, Nicole, witnessing the whole thing. That was a hell of a surprise, so he had to act fast. He thought he had you, but then he was blindsided again. Although your esteemed leader did catch one break, Nicole didn't get a good enough look to know it was him, and when she returned, he knew his secret was safe.
This is total insanity. Look at how I live. What would I do with all this wealth you think that I'm stealing?
Oh, I don't know. Flee the country, perhaps?
You applied for a U.S. passport last Tuesday.
So? How do you know that, by the way?
You're not the only one around here who sees things, brother. He was planning on taking all the stuff he stole from you, fleeing to beautiful Antigua, to live in the house that he now owns, courtesy of Jeff.
Eli, is this true?
Of course not, Milosh.
No!
I devoted my life to you!
Should I shoot him in the leg?
Now, that's got mad wheels.
Shawn, why am I wearing mala beads around my neck?
Because you're a fool.
Are you ever gonna let me forget about this?
No, I'm not. That's gonna leave a mark.
I told you not to lie! What were you thinking?
I thought it would work, and I wanted to be the one that got him.
Is this about your ego? Are you that desperate for everyone to know how great you are?
It's not about everyone, okay? It's just, I wanted you to know. Oh my God. I got it.
He's not answering any questions.
That's okay, I have no questions. That's right. I'm about to monologue, son.
You better make it quick. You only got 8 minutes.
All right, then let me paint you a picture. I'm Philip, a successful periodontist that's become addicted to diazepam, a sedative I take because I'm junkie scum. Also, for real, addiction is a disease I would be super empathetic if you hadn't murdered a man.
What is the point of this?
I'll get there. So, one day I'm working late when my boss Robert surprises me. He found out I was stealing meds. Again, junkie scum. Also, again, not your fault, there's a major genetic component to addiction. He says he's gonna file a police report. I could lose my license. We fight and something in me just snaps. So I grab the first thing I can find and I hit him with it.
You still have no murder weapon.
I do now. Here's a pic I found on Yelp of the surgical suite 6 months ago, and here's a shot that our crime scene photographer took of the same room 2 weeks after the murder. Notice any differences?
We're not answering that.
That's all right, I can just tell you myself. The Yelp shot has 6 of these heavy-looking glass awards from the Brooklyn Periodontic Society in the background, whereas this shot only has 5. What happened to number 6? You murdered Robert with it.
I didn't.
You lost all control and you bludgeoned him to death. There must have been blood everywhere, but you got lucky. You were in the surgical suite. It can be sterilized. You never would have gotten away with it in your carpeted office.
That's not what happened.
Don't say anything more, Philip.
And your office manager would have heard all of the screaming, but she was at her grandson's play. Lucky again.
You're wrong.
You put Robert's body into a wheelchair and shoved it in the elevator. It's a miracle there wasn't blood everywhere.
That's not true.
Now you're in the garage with a corpse. You panicked and left your phone in your office, and you don't have your car keys, but Robert's are in his pocket, so you put him in his car and you take off.
No.
You can't believe what you've done.
No.
Philip.
You're flustered, you have no GPS, so you just start driving.
No.
Philip.
Next thing you know, you're in the Pine Barrens and it hits you. Your uncle's cabin. He has a place there. You're the luckiest son of a
It wasn't luck.
Yes, it was. You got lucky at every turn.
No, I knew exactly where I was driving. I left my phone in the office on purpose. I was in a surgical suite by design, and I didn't use some glass award that any idiot would clearly see was missing. I made a rod out of a special dental polymer, killed him with it, then melted it back down. It's already in a patient's mouth, son. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Oh, damn!
And that is 3 oh dams. Oh, damn!
Hello? Yeah, I have mace.
Alexia.
Oh, you just about gave me a heart attack, you son of a bitch! What are you doing here?
I wanted to apologize for being so insensitive.
Yeah, it's too late for that.
No, it's not too late. We can work it out. I love my wife, but I really do enjoy having sex with you.
That's the best you've got? But pretty soon everyone will know just how pathetic you really are.
I'm afraid I can't let that happen. It didn't have to end this way.
Freeze! SPPD! Hands in the air!
You don't understand. She's very sick. I was only trying to help.
I don't think so. And woman to woman, it's time to ixnay this shortcut.
Wait up, Beat. Partner, put your hands behind your back.
Check up there. Great work from the whole team. He's bound to have Stu stashed up there somewhere.
What is this? I haven't seen Stuart in over a week.
I got Stu! That was impossibly fast.
What kind of sick charade were you planning out here, Tucker?
Shawn. You see, he couldn't just kill Alexia in cold blood. She was bound to have told someone about the affair. He needed a patsy, and in walked Stu. Over the edge and convinced he'd been bitten by a werewolf. Evil black light bulb goes off. First, Dr. Ken Tucker gave Stu the wrong drugs to ensure that he'd be passed out at the witching hour. The next night, he waltzed into our office, where we slept under what we thought was the blanket of protection a double bolt lock provides.
You never locked the door.
He smashed our window, stole Stu, and killed 2 grizzled hunters with an injection of something I presume is untraceable. Then he actually proceeded to wolf them up, using the tastelessly mummified claws of the beastly pelt that I now wear on my head, as a tribute to its power and grace.
It's an awful act. Taxidermy. And of course, the murder thing, too.
And finally, he branded Stu with a pentagram and left him unconscious at the scene. All leading to tonight, when he would kill Alexia and let poor Stuart confess to everything.
For what it's worth, I only went into the woods to kill a deer. The hunters were a mere crime of opportunity, a happy accident.
Oh, that's worth absolutely nothing.
You're the sickest of us all.
Well, Spencer, I guess I should have listened to you. Of course, no one else would have either, so...
Does this mean you're gonna pay for our window?
Yeah, right. That's rich.
Gus gave them to me, just in case.
course he did.
Good thinking.
You can never be too safe. Stu. Stu.
Where am I? I feel like a baby.
That's because you're wearing a diaper. But you're gonna be okay, big bro, thanks to these guys. How can we possibly repay you?
Maybe you and Black Magic here could get together and do some cauldron stirring sometime.
I'd love to.
Sounds good. I think we should all go out and celebrate. As soon as I am not naked anymore.
Agreed.